Fired Apprentice candidate Ross Fretten Being in the boardroom was my favorite bit. While other Apprentice candidates might squirm at the thought of facing up to Lord Sugar in the boardroom, eliminated hopeful Ross Fretten said for him it was one of the highlights. The 29-year-old got his marching orders on Wednesday night's show after Team Vitality lost yet another task, this one involving buying items of significance to Lord Sugar's life, bringing his apprentice journey to an end after just 5 weeks. But as he told Metro.co.uk, his initial experience of having to face an irate Lord Sugar the first time was a positive one, even if it didn't end well for him when he was in the boardroom for a second time. "The boardroom was my favorite part of the entire process," he explained. "I really enjoyed it. You get to spar with people intellectually, you get to show your true colors there, in front of Lord Sugar, Claude and Karen in a way they're fundamentally unable to see on tasks. I enjoyed it, but there were definitely some nerves in week 5. In my situation it became immediately obvious the second part of the boardroom started that I was gone. Not that it was quite as much fun for him the second time around, as he admitted. For me it was a bit of a challenging boardroom and a frustrating one because I knew that I didn't deserve to go and I knew I was going to go. So it wasn't as enjoyable as the first time, put it that way." To view this video please enable JavaScript, and consider upgrading to a web browser that supports HTML5 video. Ross went on to admit that he thought Lord Sugar fired the wrong candidate, and that despite being friends with him he suggested that teammate and project manager Sajan should have been the one shown the door. "Saj is a great guy, he's got a lot to offer, I got on very well with him and I'm sure after the process we'll stay friends, but that said I think I did contribute a huge amount positively over the first 4 weeks. For me I had established myself as a Final 5 contender. The consensus in the house was that I was going to the Final 5, I felt like I was the strongest of the 3 candidates going into that boardroom and that Saj was the inevitable firing." As one of the quieter candidates, Ross admitted that he did find the whole thing a bit challenging at first, due to suffering from quite bad social anxiety. "I don't like noise and chaos around me, and when you're thrown into a process with 18 other people, a lot of whom are incredibly noisy and you're trying to make burgers together and people are trying to scream to get camera time, that's not what I'm all about," he explained. "I'll say something of quality or value or I won't say something, but when everybody's screaming it doesn't give you much room to get a word in unless you want to join in the cacophony." However, he did make some good friends out of the process, notably Elliot, who was fired in week 3, Sajan, Michaela and Andrew, and now plans to forge ahead with his business, dog training and health at Kibble, rather than attempt to make a TV career out of his time on the box. "Maybe I could have done myself some favors by leaning into the process a bit more," he pondered. "Yes, I could have made some more off-the-cuff comments, I could have been more explosive, but that's not what I'm all about. For me, my priority is going on TV and being seen by potential investors, by potential customers, by being the type of person that I am, and that's a very reasonable person and a very competent person." The next episode of The Apprentice airs on Wednesday, November 8 at 9 p.m. on BBC One and BBC One HD. If you've got a story, video or pictures, get in touch with the Metro.co.uk entertainment team by emailing us celebtips@metro.co.uk, calling 020-3615-0741 or by visiting our Submit Stuff page. We'd love to hear from you. More. Lord Sugar's usual live tweeting of The Apprentice didn't end too well this week. More. Fired Apprentice candidate Siobhan Smith insists the girls' bitching wasn't put on and